Jesus. See,
Is it recording?
yeah, it's.
Alright, so Elsie and I decided to make a little video because I really suck at filming.
I'm sure they all know that by now, Dad.
Huh?
I said, I'm sure they all know that by now.
Yeah, you guys must have figured that out by now if you watch my channel because I really suck at filming. Had all kinds of big plans to get deer on film this year. And as you saw, nothing. So anyway, as you can see, Elsie got her buck.
My first buck.
First buck, 8 point. We both got 8 points, so
Why don't you put it on your knee?
I did. I had it on my knee like that.
No, you like. Okay, fine.
Oh, you hit the head, you mean?
Yeah, because then you'll actually see the
There we go.
ginormous head.
So, yeah, I guess.
And kind of like a little story time, how it happened.
Yeah, we'll talk about Elsie. I already talked about mine, but I just think it's cool that we both got 8 points, father and daughter. So, okay, so tell them your
You're
story.
gonna have to help me because I'm not great with specific details of you when it comes to hunting stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna go into the whole. I'm not gonna tell like the whole entire story. It'll take too long. But so, I guess the funny part about this whole deal, this whole season, is my big plans this year was for you and Melissa, my wife Melissa, to reap the benefits off the food plot while I did all my hunting in our hometown. And as it all worked out, I ended up getting my 2 deer up on the food plots while Lily and Melissa
Hunted the whole
ended up
time.
getting theirs in our hometown. So it's just kind of weird how it all turned out. But anyway, this is Lily's first buck, her 3rd deer. And
But
we went into a stand. We slept in. It was a cold morning.
we brought 3 people, right?
Yep, they went and sat in different spots. So we weren't even there probably.
A full hour.
No, we weren't even there a half hour, I don't think. Just got into the stand, we heard a deer coming into it, but it wouldn't break the thick furs. And eventually the noise went away. Like, we didn't hear anything else, didn't see nothing, and time passed, and we started to forget about that noise that we heard, that we was pretty sure was a deer. And the sun was right in our face, so it was hard to see in that direction.
I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to like worry you. But I didn't think I was actually gonna be able to shoot at all.
No, I know, because of the sun, right?
Yeah, it was too bad.
I know, it was really bad. It was right in our face, shining right on us. So anyway, I kept looking that direction anyway, because I just had a feeling that it was a buck standing there, being cautious about stepping out into the open, and the wind's going right from us to him. So in my mind, I was thinking what we heard was a buck, and he's standing right there, looking, smelling, being cautious. And so sure enough, I happened to catch a tail flicker through the sunlight, and he worked down around to our left a little bit, and then he stood just before he broke out in the open at about 25 yards. He stood right there on the edge of the thick stuff, and he just sat there smelling, and did that for a little while. She couldn't quite see it because of the sun again.
I saw its little feeties walking away.
Yeah, so it turned around and walked right away from us, and we're up in our ladder stand. And then I don't know, quite a bit of time went by, probably 20 minutes.
I'd say like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we're standing there, and it's really windy too, by the way.
I ended up sitting back down because I was shaking too much.
So anyway, we're standing, and I heard a noise behind me, a little bit, down lower from where we heard the original noise.
Oh, I also wasn't using my crossbow. I was using Dad's
Yeah,
crossbow.
she using my crossbow. So I heard a noise again, a little bit lower from where we were, and I looked, and here he comes, right on a trot right to us. You want to finish it off?
So I didn't see him. Dad said he was crossing the stream. I didn't see him. So as soon as he like crossed the little stream, then I saw him start walking out, and he kind of stopped and looked at us. And I was gonna shoot him through some brush. Then Dad told me to stop. At this point, I've already stood up and was like aiming at him. And then he walked a little bit more, and Dad stopped him, and I shot and dropped him. I spined him.
Spined him, yeah.
Paralyzed him from about like wherever the shot is.
It's on this side.
Oh, like.
Yeah, it's right about. It's right in here on the other
Yeah.
side. Dropped him right in his tracks. So that was. You want to talk about exciting? Like we were both flipping out, weren't we?
Yeah, we started screaming.
Do a reenactment of what we were doing. And I was going, ah! Well, maybe not that bad.
No, you weren't. No, I screamed more than you.
But she was, before I even got to the stand, she was already halfway to the freaking deer.
I slid under this bar from on the stand. I didn't let him get. I let him do all like the hard work of getting everything off the stand and stuff.
Yeah. So we had a good year. We got.
Yeah, we didn't even take a sun-free shower. We just walked right in.
Yeah.
Put on some hunting clothes, walked right in.
Yeah. So it's been a good season.
I got my first deer.
She got her first buck, not deer.
Gut.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Go ahead, tell them.
I got my first buck.
Dressed out her first buck.
Yeah, dressed out my first deer in general.
Yeah. And the funny thing is too is I happen to have like probably.
Crap ton.
This is the first buck that showed up on camera this
Probably
year.
A little less than 50. No, maybe okay. That's stretching it.
I don't know. I got a pile of pics of this deer anyway. But he's the first one that showed up on camera. First buck that showed up on my camera this year. And then every time I checked that camera, he was always on it.
Not to mention, this is the first buck I've seen while hunting. I've
Yeah.
never seen a buck while hunting before.
Yeah, she's had really bad luck deer hunting as far as seeing bucks.
I've just had bad luck with deer hunting in general.
Yeah, you have. Honestly, everything else has worked out for you, but deer hunting. But now it's finally paying off.
Yep.
Yeah, so just kind of, and we never laid eyes on this deer the day she shot it, but when he stepped out, I knew exactly what deer it was. So it's just kind of cool how it came back to that deer. We got tons of trail cam pics of this deer. Tons.
Yeah, we didn't have any calls either, and so he tried to use his mouth to call it in, but it sounded just dying deer.
Me. Me.
It sounded like a deer giving birth but dying at the same time.
And then I tried a couple of mouth grunts.
That sounded better. It also sounded like you were burping at one point. But he seemed to kind of a little bit interested in that a little bit though.
Yeah, well.
Dumb enough.
So we had a good year. Lily got her first buck. I got my 8-point. I also got a bonus tag doe, and I got a doe during expanded. And Missy got a nice huge doe. Her first doe, third deer. And we got 2 bear in the freezer, a bunch of turkeys.
Yeah.
So we've done well this year.
Not to mention, you said that was your first mainland buck in 3 years.
Yeah, it's been about 3 years. I've been passing up a lot. I made the decision about, I think it was around 2015, 2016, and I made a decision to pass up 1.5-year-old bucks and only look for 2.5 or older. I've also gave myself antler restrictions, 3-point on one side. So I passed up a lot of bucks in the last few years, but it's been 3 seasons since I've actually shot a deer on what I call the mainland, because I do a lot of hunting in the ocean in the expanded zone. I've always managed to fill my expanded buck tag every year, but the mainland tag has been tough for me over the last 3 years. But I finally got it done, so I was happy about that.
My legs hurting from the ginormous weight.
So yeah,
Me down.
that's gonna conclude deer season 2021 for us.
Whoa.
What?
We're still going out tomorrow.
Oh, that's true too. We're gonna go out and try to fill. Tomorrow's the last day. She's gonna try to go out and fill a bonus tag tomorrow because she's still got 2 bonus tags.
Oh, we didn't even mention when I got this, it was also the same exact day I ever got my first deer
Ever.
my first deer ever, and we shot in the same area too.
Yep. So
Same spot.
yeah, that's 2021 main deer season for LC, me, and Missy. So what we got coming up next is ice fishing, and then we're gonna run the hounds on some bobcats and coyotes. So I'm looking forward to that because
And I'm gonna try to shoot my first bobcat
yep.
and possibly coyote too.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. My dogs are right in their prime right now. I got a bunch of spots to go. I got a whole chest freezer full of beaver carcass to put out for beaver bait. So we should have some good cat hunts this year. So stay tuned. Got anything else to say, LC?
No.
Okay. Peace, peeps.
Yeah.